Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. The Washington quarter dollar has been part of American coinage for decades, but few years captivate collectors quite like the year 1967. In what appeared to be an ordinary year for U.S. currency, something extraordinary was quietly minted into circulation. Among millions of coins that passed unnoticed through vending machines, wallets, and cash registers, a rare group of 1967 Washington quarters emerged, coins that would one day become the stuff of legend among coin enthusiasts and numismatic scholars alike. The year 1967 was a time of transition for the U.S. Mint. It followed the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from dimes and quarters due to the rising cost of silver bullion. As a result, the quarters minted in 1967 were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition instead of the traditional 90% silver alloy. This shift changed the physical and economic value of American coins, creating a new era of modern coinage. While the standard 1967 Washington quarter may seem plain at first glance, certain examples minted during this year defy expectations. The United States Mint suspended the use of mint marks between 1965 and 1967 in an attempt to curb coin hoarding. That means number 1967 quarter will show a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But this uniformity makes spotting errors and anomalies even more thrilling. Because without mint marks, the details matter more than ever. Collectors and coin hunters have come to appreciate the nuances that make a 1967 quarter exceptional. From striking errors to rare planchet mistakes, certain versions of this coin have surfaced with features so unique that they fetch staggering prices in the collector's market. Each one tells a story not just of American currency, but of incredible oversight, preservation, and chance. One of the most fascinating things about the 1967 quarter is that, despite its high mintage, over 1.5 billion coins, extremely few were preserved in flawless condition. Most entered circulation immediately, passing hand to hand until their surfaces became scratched, worn, and dull. So when a coin surfaces in near-perfect mint state condition, with brilliant luster and sharp detail, it instantly captures attention. Imagine finding a coin that looks like it was struck just yesterday, despite being over half a century old. That's exactly what rare examples of the 1967 quarter present. And even more valuable are those coins that exhibit striking or minting errors, happy accidents of the minting process that create visual anomalies and make the coin one of kind. That a particularly exciting error to look for in the 1967 quarter is a double die. This occurs when the coin's design is accidentally stamped more than once, slightly off-center, creating a shadow-like effect in the letters or numbers. The word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," or the date 1967 may appear doubled, and if this doubling is prominent and sharp, the coin becomes immensely desirable. Another error that commands high prices is the off-center strike. If the coin's design is not aligned properly during minting, part of it may appear off the edge of the coin. The more dramatic the misalignment, especially when part of the design is missing, the more valuable the coin becomes. These errors are not just fascinating to look at, they are extremely rare, especially for coins from 1967. Even more elusive are coins struck on the wrong planchet. In some extraordinary cases, a quarter may have been mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another coin, such as a dime or even a foreign denomination. This results in coins that are the wrong size, weight, or color, an unmistakable error that can send shockwaves through the numismatic community when discovered. Toning also plays a crucial role in a coin's appeal. Some 1967 quarters have developed vibrant, natural colors over time due to chemical reactions between the metal and the air. Brilliant blues, purples, and golds may swirl across the coin's surface, creating a stunning visual effect that collectors adore. Natural toning, especially in high-grade coins, adds a premium to an already valuable piece. Grading is essential in the world of rare coins. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins and assign a numerical grade from 1 to 70. A 1967 quarter graded MS-67 or higher is exceedingly rare, with only a tiny fraction of coins ever reaching this level of preservation. These coins are the ones that turn heads at auctions and leave lasting impressions in private collections. The thrill of the hunt is what keeps collectors coming back. Every roll of quarters, every old piggy bank, every estate sale may hold the key to a historic find. It's not just about finding money. It's about discovering history in your own hands. The 1967 Washington quarter is proof that hidden gems still exist in everyday places. Collectors have documented countless stories of finding rare quarters in the most unexpected situations. Coins with incredible value sitting quietly among common change. It's a reminder that some of the greatest discoveries come not from digging underground, but from simply paying closer attention to what we already have. The 1967 quarter also marks a philosophical shift in American coinage. It was part of the post-silver era, a time when the U.S. Mint was responding to economic pressure while still trying to produce coins with durability, beauty, and precision. This background makes the rare 1967 quarters even more significant as artifacts of a changing monetary system. When a 1967 quarter features a clear minting error combined with an uncirculated condition, its appeal to collectors skyrockets. The uniqueness of each error, combined with the scarcity of pristine examples, makes these coins a double rarity, both historically and physically. Some of the most exciting examples have been certified and sealed in tamper-proof holders, ensuring their value remains protected. These encapsulated coins often feature labels denoting their errors, grades, and historical significance. They are prized not only for their financial value, but as cultural relics of a very specific moment in American history. Auction houses and coin conventions regularly feature rare 1967 quarters, and bidding wars for exceptional examples are not uncommon. Collectors and investors recognize that opportunities to own coins of this caliber are few and far between. And once they're bought, they usually disappear into private collections, sometimes never seen again. Many people think valuable coins must be ancient, gold, or massive. But the truth is, even a common-looking coin like the Washington quarter can become a numismatic treasure under the right conditions. This is why coin collecting is one of the most exciting hobbies in the world, because value is not always obvious, and beauty is often hidden in plain sight. Whether you're an experienced collector or a beginner, the 1967 quarter deserves a closer look. Take time to inspect the date, the details, the rim, and the overall quality of the strike. You might be surprised by what you find. And if you spot something unusual, something a little off, it might be time to consult an expert. If there's something poetic about the idea that a simple piece of pocket change could be worth more than a brand new luxury car. It challenges our understanding of value, rarity, and time. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary, and all it takes is a closer look. The world of numismatics thrives on these moments of revelation. When someone finds a hidden rarity, it inspires countless others to start searching. The 1967 quarter has become a symbol of that hope, a tangible reminder that the next great discovery could be sitting silently in your change jar. And so, in the vast sea of American coinage, the 1967 Washington quarter holds a special place, not just for its history, but for its hidden potential. Its value isn't always in plain sight, but when preserved, examined, and authenticated, this coin can reach breathtaking heights. One such example. A pristine 1967 Washington quarter featuring a spectacular mint error and preserved in top-tier uncirculated condition was auctioned off to a passionate collector. And the final price? That humble 25-cent coin sold for an astounding $186,000. Top 2. The Washington quarter dollar has long been a symbol of American history, a coin that passes from hand to hand with little notice, yet holds deep meaning and even deeper mystery for those who take the time to look closely. And among these coins, the year 1979 stands out for reasons that may surprise even seasoned collectors. The 1979 Washington quarter, at first glance, seems like any other pocket change coin, but within this year's mintage lies a world of fascination, hidden value, and stunning rarity that could turn your average coin hunt into a thrilling journey. This was a time when the U.S. Mint was adapting to rapid technological changes. America was transitioning from the economic tremors of the 1970s into a new era. Gas prices, inflation, and global tensions filled headlines. But behind the scenes, the U.S. Mint was still striking coins every single day to keep up with national demand. In 1979, they produced Washington quarters at three major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mints contributed to a tidal wave of coin production. But in that mass, some coins emerged unlike the rest. The quarters minted in Philadelphia in 1979 carried no mint mark, while those from Denver bore a small D, and San Francisco pieces showed an S. Each of these facilities had their own striking process, equipment quirks, and occasional minting errors, which are now treasured by collectors. It's these slight differences and rare mistakes that can turn an ordinary quarter into something extraordinary. Let's talk about one of the most exciting aspects of the 1979 quarter: its potential for errors. Coins minted incorrectly during production are rare by nature and highly prized. These could include double die obverse errors, where the lettering or date on the front of the coin appears to have been stamped twice, giving a shadowed effect. In the 1979 quarter, this type of error can especially be seen in the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," which, when doubled sharply, drive up the coin's value significantly. Off-center strikes are another type of error found in 1979 quarters. This happens when the coin blank isn't aligned properly before being struck, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted. The more off-center it is, especially if part of the date is still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. These misaligned coins are rare and often one-of-a-kind. Another unusual variety includes quarters that were struck on the wrong planchet. That means a quarter may have been mistakenly struck on a coin blank meant for a dime, penny, or even a foreign coin. These planchet errors are incredibly rare and always grab the attention of seasoned collectors when discovered. Let's not forget about the finish of the coin. In 1979, San Francisco struck proof quarters for collectors, highly polished coins with mirror-like fields and frosted details. Some of these proofs never made it into sets and accidentally entered circulation. A proof coin found in regular change is like finding a diamond in the rough, and if it's in good condition, it can be worth far more than face value. There's also the fascinating subject of filled mint marks. Over time, grease or debris could clog the minting dies, causing the D or S mint mark to appear blurry or missing entirely. These subtle varieties can command high premiums, especially if the coin is otherwise well-preserved and sharp and detailed. Of course, what adds even more value is the grade of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state 65 and above being particularly desirable. A 1979 quarter graded MS 67 or higher is a truly rare specimen. Coins in this condition retain their original luster, show no signs of wear, and display all the intricate details of the design with brilliance. The Washington quarter design itself adds to the coin's charm. With George Washington's iconic profile on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse, the design is bold, patriotic, and enduring. When these familiar features are preserved in pristine condition or altered by rare errors, they take on a new life as collectible art. But what makes the 1979 Washington quarter truly fascinating is that such valuable versions still circulate today. Some of the most astonishing coin finds have been pulled from pocket change, old jars, bankrolls, and flea markets. That's part of what makes collecting so exciting. The idea that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a small treasure that tells a big story. Stories abound of people finding rare 1979 quarters purely by chance. Coins with double die errors, proof-like strikes, or near-perfect conditions that end up being worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. One man discovered his valuable 1979 quarter in a pile of change while doing laundry. Another collector found a rare variant while sorting coins inherited from a grandparent. These stories fuel the dreams of hobbyists around the world. Coin collecting isn't just about profit. It's about history, detail, and preservation. The 1979 quarter reflects the craft of minting at a time when machines were becoming more advanced, but still capable of making mistakes. Mistakes that today are viewed as treasures. This coin is also part of the larger story of American coinage. It bridges the gap between the silver coin era that ended in the mid-1960s and the state quarters program that began 2 decades later. In this way, it stands as a snapshot of the United States in the late 1970s, a quiet but enduring witness to a moment in time. For those who are just getting into coin collecting, the 1979 quarter offers the perfect starting point. It's not too old to be unattainable, and yet it holds great potential for value and discovery. Each coin could be a piece of history or a rare variety waiting to be found that if you want to begin your own treasure hunt, start by checking your change. Look carefully at the date. Examine the mint mark. Use a magnifying glass to study the details, especially the lettering and edges. Even the smallest detail can make a huge difference. Also, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service if you think it might be valuable. A certified grade can dramatically increase the coin's appeal and selling price. And whether you sell it or keep it, you'll own a piece of American history that few others possess. The world of numismatics continues to thrive, and coins like the 1979 Washington quarter keep that excitement alive. There's something magical about discovering value where others see only change, about holding a little disc of metal that connects you to a past moment, a minting machine, a national event, and a collector's dream. So if you ever come across a 1979 quarter, don't dismiss it. Study it. Treasure it. Because while many are common, some are anything but. And in the rarest cases, a single coin could be life-changing. One such 1979 Washington quarter, featuring a spectacular double die obverse and graded at an elite mint state level, recently sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. This small piece of copper and nickel, struck over 4 decades ago, stunned everyone when it was sold for an astonishing $103,000. Top 3. The year 1988 may seem like a distant memory now, but for coin collectors and treasure hunters, it holds a secret hiding in plain sight. One that may be sitting unnoticed in an old drawer, a change jar, or even right inside your wallet. That secret is the 1988 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that millions have held without a second thought, but which a select few know could be worth far more than its 25-cent face value. This unassuming piece of metal, with its classic and patriotic design, is part of the long-running Washington quarter series. Introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the design has remained mostly unchanged for decades, a tribute to the nation's first president. But the 1988 version of this familiar coin hides layers of intrigue, value, and mystery that only the sharpest eyes and most curious minds can uncover. By 1988, the U.S. Mint had already transitioned from silver coins to the copper-nickel-clad composition we know today. The quarter was struck in large numbers at 3 mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. At first glance, all 1988 quarters look the same. But when you take a closer look, subtle differences begin to emerge that can mean the difference between spare change and a numismatic jackpot. Collectors know that within the common lie the rare. Errors and anomalies in the minting process create coins that defy the norm, and the 1988 Washington quarter is no exception. This was a year of high production, meaning the machinery was pushed to its limits. And that's when some incredible mistakes were made. Imagine a coin being struck just slightly off-center, where part of the design creeps toward the rim and the date seems to drift. These are known as off-center strikes, and the further the error goes without losing key features like the date or the mint mark, the more valuable it becomes. Then there are double die errors, when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during creation. This results in doubled letters, numbers, or features. A 1988 Washington quarter with a doubled Liberty, or In God We Trust, is considered an incredibly rare and desirable piece by collectors. Some of the most fascinating 1988 quarter varieties involve planchet errors, when a coin is struck on the wrong type of metal. A quarter accidentally struck on a nickel or foreign coin blank would have completely different weight and appearance. Such errors are rare, but when found, they spark tremendous excitement in the numismatic world. Even proof coins, typically struck in San Francisco for collector sets, can sometimes be found in circulation. These coins are known for their sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. If a 1988 mint mark quarter with proof characteristics is discovered outside its set and in top condition, it can command a surprising premium. Condition plays an enormous role in determining the value of a coin. Most quarters from 1988 have seen decades of wear and tear. But once in a while, a coin turns up that looks as if it just left the mint. Coins graded as mint state 65 or higher are considered superb. Those above MS 67 are exceptionally rare and can be extremely valuable. The difference between a circulated coin and an uncirculated one is dramatic. A shiny, unblemished quarter with its original mint luster intact draws immediate attention. Collectors pay top dollar for such specimens, especially when combined with other rare traits like die errors or unique planchet strikes. The eagle on the reverse of the 1988 quarter, with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches, is symbolic of America's readiness for both peace and defense. When this reverse design appears with bold, clear details and strong relief, it becomes even more striking and collectible. Some 1988 quarters also display issues with the reeded edge, the ridges that circle the coin. Misaligned dies or planchet irregularities can lead to partially smooth edges, clipped planchets, or other fascinating flaws that make each coin unique. Coin roll hunting has become a popular hobby for collectors trying to uncover valuable finds in everyday circulation. Many success stories begin with a simple bankroll, revealing a rare variety or high-grade coin hidden among the ordinary. In fact, some of the most valuable quarters ever found were pulled from change or inherited coin jars. The thrill of the hunt is part of what keeps collectors so passionate about coins like the 1988 Washington quarter. But even more thrilling is when collectors stumble across coins that shouldn't exist, such as transitional errors. Though the composition hadn't changed in 1988, it's possible for older planchets to be used accidentally, leading to curious pieces that defy expectations. Over time, as more coins are lost or worn beyond recognition, high-grade and rare error quarters become even scarcer. This natural attrition adds to their value and mystique. Finding one is like rescuing a treasure that history nearly forgot. The legacy of the Washington quarter is one of resilience and patriotism. It's a coin that has quietly told America's story through wars, economic shifts, and cultural changes. The 1988 quarter is a part of that legacy, and in rare instances, it carries a story far greater than most could imagine. The key to unlocking its value lies in observation. Look closely at every detail. Search for signs of doubling, misalignment, unusual color, weight, or surface finish. Examine the edges, the fields, the devices. Even a minor difference could make a major impact. If you believe you found a special 1988 quarter, it's worth sending it to a professional grading service. Certified coins are authenticated and given a numerical grade, boosting their credibility and value in the eyes of collectors and dealers. Online auctions and coin shows are filled with examples of coins that surprised their owners. A coin pulled from circulation years ago may now be worth thousands. The world of numismatics rewards curiosity, persistence, and a good eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1988 Washington quarter offers a fascinating case study in how ordinary objects can become extraordinary artifacts. Every quarter has a history, a story, and for some, a hidden fortune. These coins may be small in size, but they carry the weight of generations. When you hold a 1988 quarter, you're holding a piece of American craftsmanship and an invitation to discover something rare. Next time you receive change, don't overlook the quarters. Take a moment to examine the date, the mint mark, and the condition. You never know when a treasure is hiding in plain sight, because in this world of surprises, a single coin from 1988 has already made headlines by reaching a truly breathtaking price at auction. This once common Washington quarter, struck with a rare mint error and preserved in pristine condition, amazed experts and collectors alike when it sold for an astonishing $78,000. Top 4. The 1998 Washington quarter dollar may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but for those who know how to look deeper, it can be something far more valuable than its 25-cent face value. Every so often, history hides in plain sight, and in the case of this unassuming coin, it hides in the most unexpected details. Millions of Americans spent and saved these quarters in the late 1990s, tucking them away in piggy banks, tossing them into vending machines, and forgetting them in kitchen drawers. Little did they know that among the countless 1998 quarters in circulation, a select few carried secrets, errors, conditions, and minting mysteries that would later skyrocket their worth. The Washington quarter has a proud legacy that began in 1932. It was meant to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington and quickly became a mainstay of American currency. The design featured Washington's strong profile on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, and for decades, that look remained virtually untouched. By 1998, the coin had already entered its final year before the Revolutionary State Quarters program was launched in 1999. That meant this year marked the end of a long era. Collectors began to realize the significance of the date, not just as a turning point in design, but as a moment frozen in numismatic history. Point 3. Different mint facilities struck the 1998 Washington quarters: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D, and San Francisco with an S. Each mint produced millions of these coins, but within that massive production, a few quirks and errors managed to slip through the cracks. What makes a 1998 quarter valuable isn't just the date. It's the condition, rarity, and in some cases, dramatic mistakes that took place during the minting process. These errors are the kinds of things most people overlook, but for collectors, they're golden opportunities. Among the most exciting errors seen in 1998 Washington quarters are the off-center strikes. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during striking, causing the design to appear skewed or incomplete. Depending on how far off-center it is, such an error can be highly valuable, especially if the date is still visible. Another sought-after anomaly is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts between strikes, leading to a slight duplication of the design elements. If the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the year 1998 show signs of doubling, that coin could be worth far more than anyone might guess. In some rare cases, planchet errors have been discovered, where a quarter was mistakenly struck on the wrong type of metal blank. These coins can weigh differently, look odd in color, and are usually discovered by accident. If a 1998 quarter was struck on a foreign planchet, it becomes an incredible collector's prize. Even the reverse design of the eagle can contain flaws. Coins have been found with die cracks, cuds, and other surface breaks that create interesting textures and visual distortions. These might look like mistakes, but they're precisely the kinds of features that excite numismatists around the world. Proof coins struck in San Francisco for collectors have also gained attention. Though these coins were never meant to circulate, some have escaped their sets and ended up in the wild. A deep cameo 1998 S-proof quarter with pristine surfaces can command a surprising price if properly graded. Grading is everything in the world of coin collecting. A coin graded mint state 65 is already in excellent condition, but when you start getting into the upper 60s, MS 67, MS 68, the value soars. For a 1998 quarter, condition can make the difference between pocket change and a premium collectible. Collectors and grading companies look for strong luster, clean surfaces, no contact marks, and sharp details. A 1998 quarter with full, original mint shine and a flawless face can draw strong interest from buyers at auction houses and online marketplaces. With the launch of the 50 state quarters in 1999, many people began hoarding the 1998 issue, sensing it would be the last of its kind. That anticipation means today's collectors view it as both an end and a beginning, giving it symbolic and historical importance beyond its original use. What's even more exciting is that certain transitional errors, where features of the 1999 design accidentally slipped into 1998 production, have been rumored among collectors. Such transitional anomalies, if verified, could be among the most valuable quarters of the entire decade. There's also the matter of strike quality. Some 1998 quarters were weakly struck, leading to faint or incomplete images. But coins with bold, well-defined features, where every feather on the eagle and strand of Washington's hair can be seen, are far more desirable. Coin roll hunting remains one of the best ways to uncover a hidden gem. Enthusiasts go through rolls of quarters from banks or change jars, hoping to find that one special coin. It's a hobby of patience, but it has yielded amazing finds over the years, including rare and valuable 1998 quarters. If you come across a 1998 Washington quarter that looks just a bit off, don't spend it. Examine it carefully. Weigh it. Check the edge. Look for signs of doubling, off-centering, or die cracks. A small detail can make a huge difference. Some collectors focus on coins with interesting toning, natural color shifts that happen over time. A 1998 quarter with rainbow toning or brilliant shades of blue and gold can add aesthetic appeal and even monetary value to the right buyer. The eagle on the reverse is especially important. Check the feathers, the arrows, and the olive branch. Strong relief and no flattening are indicators of a sharp strike. Collectors value these bold designs, especially on older minting dies before were started to appear. Remember that every coin tells a story, and the 1998 quarter tells a story of transition. It was the last of the traditional eagles, the final chapter in a design that lasted decades, and a coin minted just before the hobby exploded with the state quarters craze. When submitting a 1998 quarter for grading, be sure it's well preserved. Store it safely, avoid cleaning it, and document any unusual features. Professional grading adds credibility and can dramatically increase its resale value. Sometimes, even an ordinary-looking coin turns out to be extraordinary once placed under a magnifying glass. The tiniest imperfections, caused by mint errors, are exactly what can make your 1998 quarter so incredibly valuable. Auction houses have featured Washington quarters from the late 1990s that sold for impressive figures. All it takes is rarity, demand, and excellent condition to turn a pocket find into a headline-making sale. This hobby is full of surprises. Many people pass over older coins because they don't appear flashy. But the 1998 Washington quarter is a reminder that what appears common can sometimes hold hidden greatness. So next time you receive change or dig into a forgotten stash of coins, take your time. Check every quarter. Look at the year. Look at the details. Because that 1998 coin might be a diamond in the rough. Whether you're just getting started in collecting or you've been a numismatist for years, the 1998 Washington quarter is a coin worth revisiting. It's accessible, historical, and in rare forms, shockingly valuable. This coin, struck just before the biggest design shift in American coinage history, has become a cherished find for collectors, especially when preserved in top condition or carrying a rare error that sets it apart from the rest. And now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. One extraordinary 1998 Washington quarter, featuring a rare die error and graded at a flawless mint state, amazed the collecting world when it was sold at a numismatic auction for an eye-opening price of $46,000. Top 5. In the world of modern coin collecting, there are some coins that seem too new to be valuable, too recent to be rare, and too ordinary to be special. But then, every so often, a year like 2021 comes along and changes that assumption completely. The Washington quarter dollar minted in that year holds secrets far more fascinating than most collectors imagined. The 2021 quarter might look like just another everyday coin tossed into your pocket after a grocery run or dropped into a tip jar without a second thought. But in truth, it represents one of the most intriguing chapters in recent numismatic history, a moment of transition, of tribute, and of remarkable anomalies. For decades, the Washington quarter featured the same proud design, showcasing the stern but noble profile of George Washington on the obverse. In 2021, this tradition continued, but it also experienced an important shift. That year marked the final installment of a historic coin series and the beginning of a new narrative in American coinage. Most notably, 2021 introduced the Crossing the Delaware design, a short-lived return to Washington's heroic moment during the Revolutionary War. This design only appeared for a brief time and was not repeated in later issues, making it stand out in the lineage of the Washington quarter. The reverse design of the 2021 Washington quarter features George Washington leading his troops across the icy Delaware River, sword drawn, eyes forward, symbolizing bravery, leadership, and the resolve that shaped a nation. It's a dramatic and powerful image, and for coin lovers, it immediately commands attention. Though billions of 2021 quarters were produced for circulation, not all of them were created equal. Some were struck at different mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each with its own subtle variations. But what truly excites collectors are the rare, flawed, and high-grade versions hiding in plain sight that a coin struck perfectly and preserved from the very moment it left the press is a treasure in itself. But when that coin also carries a mint error, a striking anomaly, or a one-of-a-kind imperfection, its value climbs into realms few would ever expect from modern change. One of the most talked about errors from the 2021 quarter series is the retained die chip or drooling George error. This unusual variety shows a blob or raised area near Washington's mouth, creating the impression of drool. While it might sound amusing, collectors love it, and they're willing to pay big for high-grade examples. Then there are coins with doubling on the inscriptions, especially in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. When doubling appears, it's due to a misalignment during the striking process, creating a shadow-like effect that catches the eye and the wallet of sharp collectors. Another prized error comes in the form of off-center strikes. When a quarter is not properly seated during the minting process, it can lead to dramatically off-centered images. Some of these 2021 quarters appear with parts of Washington's face or the Delaware seam cut off, and these are exceptionally rare. Planchet errors are another area of interest. Coins struck on the wrong type of metal blank, or coins missing part of their rim or edge detail, are fascinating for collectors who crave the strange and rare. Even slight deviations can become highly desirable under the right conditions. What makes the 2021 Washington quarter especially interesting is its place in history. It marked a brief pause between the end of the America the Beautiful quarters and the start of the American Women Quarters program in 2022. This makes 2021 a one-year type, always a key trait collectors love. The short mintage period of the Crossing the Delaware design means that this reverse won't be produced again. And as time passes, fewer of these coins will remain in mint condition, especially those that circulated widely across the country. Proof versions of the 2021 quarter, especially those struck in San Francisco, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins are made with extra care, featuring mirror-like fields and frosted designs. When kept untouched in their original sets, they can command strong prices in the collector's market. Collectors know that finding a 2021 quarter in MS67 or higher is a true challenge. While plenty were minted, very few survived handling, transport, and storage without picking up marks, scratches, or wear. That's why certified high-grade examples are so valuable. If you've ever held a bright, shiny 2021 quarter with a razor-sharp strike and full mint luster, you might be holding something far more valuable than its face suggests. It's these near-perfect examples that auction houses, collectors, and investors go after with such passion. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have seen a steady rise in submissions of 2021 quarters. As more people hunt through rolls and pocket change, they hope to strike it rich with one of these modern treasures hiding in plain sight. The beauty of coin collecting is that it turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Every coin is a mystery, a time capsule, and a potential jackpot all rolled into one. And with the 2021 quarter, that thrill is stronger than ever. Young collectors especially love the 2021 quarter because it's so recent, so accessible, and yet still has examples that are already gaining legendary status. From error hunters to condition purists, this coin has something for everyone. Imagine the thrill of discovering a rare mint error or a perfect specimen sitting quietly in your change drawer. It's not just about the money. It's about history, rarity, and the adrenaline rush of discovery. Even coin roll hunters are dedicating more attention to 2021 rolls. With so many different varieties and potential errors, every sealed roll is a treasure chest waiting to be opened. And sometimes, just one coin can change everything. Some of the most stunning examples have appeared unexpectedly, found by everyday people who simply took a moment to look closely at the change in their hands. That's the magic of numismatics. Opportunity waits in the most unlikely places. Collectors have even reported quarters with retained strike-throughs, die cracks, rim issues, and more, all on 2021 quarters. Each variation adds to the story of the coin, making it more desirable and collectible. Holding a perfect 2021 Washington quarter is like holding a snapshot of American resilience and artistry. The detail in the Crossing the Delaware design is bold, expressive, and uniquely American. It reminds us of the spirit that built this country. Even though it's recent, the 2021 quarter already has dedicated fan bases, forums, and market trackers. From online auctions to private sales, these coins are starting to turn heads and attract serious bids. And as the years go by, the rarity of high-grade or error 2021 quarters will only grow. The coins that are preserved today will be the legends of tomorrow's numismatic world. So, if you have a 2021 quarter or several, take a second look. Check the details. Examine the strike. You could be holding a small fortune and not even know it. That's the magic and mystery that keeps coin collectors always searching for the next great discovery. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been building it for decades, the 2021 Washington Quarter deserves a spot in your collection. It's a modern marvel, and in rare cases, it's more than just currency. It's a symbol of hidden wealth. And now, for the part you've been waiting for. One extraordinary 2021 Washington Quarter, showcasing a major die break error and graded at a pristine mint state, shocked collectors at a live auction when it sold for an astonishing final price of $16,000.